It has kept me grounded. I wish I had more time to appreciate you more. I consider myself privileged to have lived this life as one of your nephews, and as I might add, a son. You were an uncle in a million, with a good heart and a caring soul. You did everything in your power to ensure no one went through unnecessary suffering. Uncle, I'll be eternally grateful for your generosity of spirit and commitment to both me as a nephew and to the family at large. We appreciated your benevolence. There was no one like you. You had such a warm nature and a rare quality of always putting people at ease. So many of my friends talk about your smile, your humor, your stories, especially about politics and current affairs. The sky has dimmed because your star is no longer twinkling. I went to your house where you used to welcome us with open arms, but you don't live there anymore. Rest in peace, Uncle. Your legacy lives on throughout this family. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I'm Minister Shara, but up first is Ghanese. And it's so funny because we always joke or argue about being a bishop. And I always say, Uncle, based on scripture, a woman can't be a bishop. Because the scripture says it's a woman of a wife, and I cannot have a wife. But I stand here to honor a brother, to honor an uncle, to honor a friend. I thought about what to write, and I said, this won't be a baby funeral where, baby may love it, but it won't be like that. It won't be a baby funeral. It will be about a man who was about family. A man who opened his house. Coming to Portland will never be the same. It will never be the same because we will always have to make a stop at Royal Palm. Something as a child that I found very hilarious, because if you know Royal Palm, it's a huge estate. And my uncle was a visionary where he named his house Royal Palm. And we will joke about it because I was saying, Uncle, this is a very not so big, but he started big. My uncle was the sort of person who, if we were coming to Kingston, money and income wasn't an issue. I remember once he didn't rent his house for 4 months, that is 4 months worth of income, because he knew we were coming, and he would not allow persons to be there because his family was coming. I remember my uncle calling my grandfather daily. There was never a day that went by that he would not speak to my grandfather. And one of the memories that I remember is that my uncle is very private, so he was sick for a while, and not many people knew. And when my grandfather passed, he felt like he needed to be the man. And so he put aside his illness, his emotion, his need, and he came to be there for my grandmother, to be there for the girls. But for me, I also saw my uncle as a coward. He was afraid of home, afraid of flying. I could never understand how someone who is so big, bold, to go into fire, to become so afraid. So he was afraid at all. And so for him, coming to Kingston, living to Kingston, was never an option. For him, going overseas was never an option. But as I reminisce his last couple of years, I recognize that he was one of the bravest persons I knew. It's not easy to journey through sickness alone, being surrounded. And so my aunt would leave from Kingston because he was afraid